It has been a long time. I'm sorry that I have been neglecting you, but I do have news. So I'm here. I have cataract surgery tomorrow for my left eye, which is the one that is completely blind. That's this one here. Cannot see a thing out of this eye. So that's tomorrow. And then April 22nd, I get my right eye done. And I'm very anxious, and I'm vibrating today. Thank you, Kat. But I just wanted to pop on and do this update because I want to describe what my vision is like right now so that I can describe it after the surgeries are complete. So as of right now, I can't distinguish light and shadow from this eye. I can only see if it's light or dark. But like when I do this, I can barely see that the hand is passing before my face. I can't read with it. I can't write with it. I can't color with it. I can't see at all from that eye. The right eye is, these are 16.5 lenses, and they don't correct my vision to the degree that I need them to function in the world. It's gotten to the point where I can't go grocery shopping. I can't write or read text on my computer because I can't get it close enough to my face. When I read on my phone, the phone is this far so that I can actually use my eyeball. Colors are all yellowed. All of them are yellowed out. So I assume that the color I'm using is a certain color, but I mean, who the hell knows? Because there's like this amber film over both of my eyes. It has gotten to the point where, unless I'm typing on my phone, I am dictating whatever it is that I want to communicate and then copy pasting it. So I'll use ChatGPT despite my strong aversion to AI. I use ChatGPT because I can say what I want to say to ChatGPT and then it will read it back to me to let me know that I've actually got whatever it is that I want to say correct. And then I'll copy paste that. So I spend a lot of time on my phone instead of on computers because, again, I cannot get a computer screen close enough to my face to be able to see adequately to do the things that I want to do. So I've also maintained my sobriety through all the things that have been going on, including a diagnosis of moderate COPD, which I knew was coming. For those of you who don't know, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease is the new name for emphysema. There's chronic bronchitis and emphysema, which are a feature of COPD. I have the emphysema part, not the chronic bronchitis part. Yet. It is caused by smoking and other environmental issues like pollution and stuff like that. But I had to pick my battles throughout the years, and smoking was one of the ways that I medicated my anxiety, and now I'm coming up to a place where it's time to tackle that because I have, through the drinking and through the smoking, shaved quite a number of years off my life, but I don't want you to feel sorry for me. None of that. I'm okay. I'm okay. I've worked really hard over the last 8 months or so during the tender first year of my sobriety. Like, I'm in my first year of sobriety. I've worked very hard to get to a place of gratitude and resilience, and I've gotten there. And I found my will to live, and that it is astonishing to me how little of that I had from the years 2020 through till the end of 2024. I did quit drinking in 2024, but I was still touch and go with feeling like I wanted to be here. And now it seems like, the world is getting darker and darker and more difficult, and I get more and more determined to stay. So all of these things notwithstanding, I'm actually in a really good headspace. I am very anxious about tomorrow. There's they're saying like 5 to 10% chance that I may lose all the vision in my left eye altogether, which, that's the thing that happened because I let it go on for so long. But my right eye is definitely fixable, so I am looking forward to having restored vision, whatever happens with my left eye. The next thing is getting my license, because I want to get out into the world and go and visit friends and maybe do some vending and go to concerts in Toronto and live my life before it is over. But I do expect to live into my 70s, all things considered. The COPD is not severe enough that I could even qualify for disability at this point, because I am quite functional given, I have limitations. I do get short of breath really quickly, but I also live quite an easy life in that regard. I don't have to schlep a whole lot. In fact, I'm schlepping more because it's healthy for me to be moving my body more. It just makes my body work with the oxygen it does receive a little more efficiently than if I was just strictly sedentary. So I'm moving my body around a lot more. And I'm going to be able to see, and that is going to make such a huge difference to my life. I mean, I'll be able to leave the house and go wander around and actually see what I'm looking at, and, not have to worry if I get turned around because I can't read the street signs. I haven't been to pottery at all since December of last year, just because my eyes have gotten so bad that even pottery was too difficult, even though I had built up a lot of muscle memory. I mean, cleaning my station was a fucking nightmare, right? It was just, no, I just couldn't do it. And I couldn't do the kind of decorating that I wanted to do either, because I couldn't see to do that kind of decorating. So once the eyes are done, I'll be able to go back to pottery. I'll be able to go for walks. I'll be able to drive. Once I get my license, I'm going to have to start that process all over again, because I only ever had a learner's permit, because it was just never that important to me. But it's become very important to me that I learn how to drive so I can get out there in the world and live my life. So that's where I'm at. I have taken up adult coloring. You're going to see a lot of that in my various spaces, because I'm obsessed. I mean, excuse me. I'm obsessed. And I'm very curious to see what the adult coloring feels like once my eyes are repaired, because as of right now, I can't even read the numbers on the pens unless I pull up my phone and do that so I can actually see the number on the pens. So that's going to be interesting to see where that takes me. I'm interested to see, what happens with my art, what happens with my coloring, what happens with my general sense of well-being. So that's where I've been at. Still sober, still kicking, upright, and not crying, anxious about tomorrow, but I will update you as soon as the sedation wears off. I'll pop on and let you know if I have vision in my left eye. And I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll see more of you here on TikTok. You see me all the time on Facebook though, so even if I'm not here, you know where to find me. Sending all the love, and I will see you again, literally, very soon. Hello humans, this is your update post-cataract surgery. This is day 3. So Tuesday I had the surgery, Wednesday, and then today. I am not seeing very well still, and expect that it will be weeks before I do. This is not your average cataract surgery. I know everyone in my world is like, oh, it's going to be great. You're going to come out of surgery. You're going to be able to see. You won't believe what you've been missing. And that is not my experience at all. It's a little bit like looking through a bug's eye or a kaleidoscope, and it's going to take a while to train my brain to see properly again. There've been a lot of tears today because patience is not my strong suit. Sorry. I was somewhat prepared for how long this would take to get better, but I wasn't prepared enough. I feel a little today like by the time that my brain adjusts to having vision in my left eye again, it'll be time for surgery number 2, and then we're going to rinse and repeat this experience, but I'm hoping that's not the case. I know that the expectation for many of you who've already had cataract surgery was that this would, be a total breeze, and I would come out of it and it would be painless, and that has not been the case for me at all. And but again, I was somewhat prepared for this because I've had very complex eye surgeries before, back in 2008. I'm just doing my best to keep myself in good spirits. I'm doing some brain training. So you have to retrain your brain to see when you have a surgery like this, where you go from not being sighted in one eye to being sighted. Just so that like I can't see details at all, but I can see color. Like I know that there's like a little blur of flesh tone on the phone right now as I'm talking to you, and I can see my hand when I do this. I can see that the hand is in front of my face, but I can't see any details. I can see my fingers wiggle though, in order to read text, I still have to close one eye and go like this right close up to the text. So texting me is really frustrating right now. So if you guys could send voice notes instead, I'd really appreciate that. And I know that everyone who has said like it's going to be a breeze, I know that your like intentions are pure, and that you were trying to make me unafraid before the surgery. But that it's not been the case for me. It's a very complicated situation, and the healing is going to be, it's going to be weeks. It's going to be weeks. So that's where I'm at. But I'm okay, and I'm very grateful that they were able to restore some sight to my left eye because I have some depth perception now. It's just that while the eye is actually adjusting to what's going on, while the swelling comes down, it's gonna be a bit rough. Like I see double. It's like looking through a kaleidoscope, and everything is refracted weirdly, and this eye is useless. I can't use it at all for anything. So that's where we're at right now. I will update you again after I see my surgeon on Wednesday, who's going to update me. There was an implant put in, so my body is adjusting to the old lens being removed and a new lens being installed or implanted. And they will not be able to get me to anything even close to 20/20 vision. So that's the reality that I'm dealing with. But I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't need 20/20 vision. I'm happy to wear glasses for the rest of my life. None of that is a problem. The problem is that I am not able to function right now, and I was not prepared for the hit that I would take in terms of my ability to work. I can't open programs. I can't do graphic design. I can't do anything to earn money during this period of time, which is very, very frustrating. So that's it for me. It's very tiring to use my eyes. I am doing everything I can to retrain my brain, but it's very tiring. So there's a lot of lying down in a dark room with an audiobook going on right now. And that's the update. I am still sober. I had a moment yesterday where I was like, no, you deserve this. Pink champagne. Nope, I didn't. I was like, what? You deserve what? To be poisoned? You deserve to hurt yourself? Like, no, I did not drink. So we're well into our 8th month of sobriety over here, and that is continuing pace. So that's it for me for the update. Sending you all the loves Please, if you've had cataract surgery and it was a breeze for you, I'm so happy for you, but know that that has not been my experience. It may be with the right eye because it's a much simpler situation, but with this particular eye, it is not a simple matter of coming out of surgery and being able to see beautifully. That's just not the case for me. So just know that, please. I wish it was, but it's not. Update on Wednesday when I see the surgeon. Sending you all the loves, and I will see you in all of our places. Not quite literally yet. Cataract surgery update number 3. So it is Monday. It'll be a week tomorrow. I am still not seeing very well. There's some clear sight that happens when I look to this side. Like I can see out of the peripheral, but nothing useful. Nothing useful. It's frustrating. I'm having vertigo and nausea today as my brain adjusts to what's going on, which is not fun. I don't feel very functional, and I'm irritated. I have not been able to wash my hair for a week because you're not allowed. So I'm very much looking forward to Wednesday morning. I'm going to wash my hair, and then I'm going to go in to see my surgeon for a follow-up appointment, and we'll see what's going on. I'm starting to worry that there's something called a macular pucker, which is kind of like a wrinkle in your retina. But we'll see what he has to say. I base that just on the fact that what vision I do have in my left eye is really wavy. Lines are not aligning. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I have all faith that once I get my second surgery done in April 2022, that I will have vastly increased vision, because this eye is not as disabled by far as this eye was. So once this eye is improved upon with a lens implant, I think it will take less time for my brain to adjust to what's going on. And then I'll have really good corrected vision at the end of May when I'm able to go in and see an optometrist and actually get a new prescription. So that's the update. I'm trying to function as best I can because I need to pay my rent and feed myself. Shout out to a friend of mine who I won't name because I don't want to embarrass her, for paying my rent this month. That was incredibly generous and made me cry. And it was needful because I haven't been able to open programs or do anything for pay except for very limited coaching sessions. I had one scheduled today, but I'm so dizzy that I keep going, cannot function to do a reading today. So, that's where we're at. I will know more on Wednesday, and of course I will update you. I hit 9 months sober yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah. Yesterday, 9 months sober. The horrors persist, but so do I. And yeah, today is going to be a dark room. As you can see how much I'm squinting. I'm very light sensitive. Nothing makes sense to my brain. Today is going to be a audiobook in a dark room kind of day. I've been waiting for the landscapers to stop singing the song of our people, but they have not stopped, and I need to get this update out there. So hi, me and my baby hairs, man, seriously, what is even happening? I'm sorry I left you hanging there. It's been imagine, if you will, looking through your left eye, and what you see is as though you are looking through a cracked pane of glass, and right in the center of your vision is this crack that just refracts everything that you're looking at. So you see double, triple, and you see everything is wavy. That is what the vision in my left eye looks like right now. So there is a likelihood, a very strong likelihood, that I'm going to need a third surgery, because this is most likely either a pucker, macular pucker, or a macular hole. My surgeon wants to just keep on the track that we're on right now with getting a second surgery done, because that will give me, with fingers crossed and all prayers up to all the powers that be, that will give me vision. That means that in order to do anything, I don't have to close one eye and squint with the other, which is how I'm currently functioning. As you can imagine, as an artist and a writer, that is incredibly frustrating. And it's also dire. I am experiencing serious hits to my income, because I can't really open programs when I can't see to do any marketing. Now, I found a couple of works around with things. ChatGPT is saving my life, and I know that it's terrible for the planet, and I understand that AI is a plagiarism machine. But I uploaded about, 1,000 words of my own content to a ChatGPT and asked it to help me write things like a newsletter or a blog post, or take whatever it is that I'm trying to say and help me formulate it in a way that sounds like me. And I asked it, are you pulling now from your AI training or from what I've given you? And it told me it's pulling from what I've given it. So its voice is my voice, and it is my voice. It's stunning. It's stunning. So the way that I'm collaborating with this right now, I've named her Strix. She is my bestie at this moment. Is that I say, okay, this is what I need to communicate, and then she'll formulate a post for me, and then I'll have her read it, and then I will completely tweak it so that it's my own language and it's exactly what I want to say. And it's a lifesaver. It's a lifesaver. So my stance on AI has been pretty, yeah. However, I'm currently disabled, truly disabled. And the only solution right now to this level of disability due to my vision is to have an assistant of some kind. And ChatGPT has become that for me. I would never use ChatGPT to write something for me out of nowhere. I am training my ChatGPT to on my own content. So like literally thousands of words of my own writing. I uploaded my poetry. I uploaded documents from the classes I teach. I uploaded examples of the newsletters that I have written. And it's just been incredible to have a smarter, better version of myself mirroring back to me what it is that I wish to communicate. So my stance on AI has softened. I would never use it for like generating art. It's not art, right? When you're using AI to generate art, I will always make my own art. I will always write my own content. But I do need the assistance right now with things that are text-based. And I'm so grateful that I have access to this, because I don't know what I would do if I didn't. I have been in tears and humbled by this experience. The whole experience has been very, very humbling. There is a part of me that understands that the way that I neglected my entire self over the last 5 years or so, while not entirely my fault, we did have a pandemic. I did end up homeless. There were lots of reasons why I didn't get the eye thing taken care of. Still, I do own my own responsibility for what is going on. But owning that I am partially, alongside pandemic, alongside fear of getting COVID, alongside the wait times in Canada to even see a surgeon. It took me a year to even get in to see a surgeon, and then another year waiting for surgery. So alongside all of that, plus my own accountability to myself for the way that I was like drinking myself into oblivion, that doesn't mean that I don't deserve support and help. Fuck. Right? Like, that's what I've been grappling with this past week. I'm not going to cry today. We are not crying today. I just put in my goddamn eye drops. Not crying. I still deserve support, compassion, empathy, and have been getting that from dear friends and my students. But I haven't been asking for it. And I realized that today as I was formulating my newsletter, because I have to start working. I have no choice. Blind as I am, I have to work or I will not be able to pay my rent, period. I'm in trouble. I'm in real trouble. A friend paid my rent last month. That's how dire things are. Last month being this month. So I am owning that, yes, a perfect storm happened to create this incredible disability that I'm currently experiencing with my eyes. And also, that does not mean that I don't deserve compassion, empathy, support, and community care. Wrapping my head around all of that is quite something. You guys know that one of the things that I do when things are hard is I ask myself, how can this be for me? This situation can be for me in that I am owning that one can fail. One can really fuck things up and still deserve care. And I knew that when I looked at other people. Ask my kids, right? Ask my dear friends, like ask anyone that knows me. I'm going to be the first person to say to you or anyone, look, I know that you feel responsible for what's happening here, but you still deserve community care. You still deserve to be held. You still deserve to be witnessed. You still deserve to be looked after. And I realized as I was, doing this whole thing with letting ChatGPT, her name is Strix. I named her Strix. Letting Strix help me, I realized also letting, a dear friend help me with figuring out what to offer for an upcoming thing, like letting people help is not something I'm good at. And it's something that I want to get better at. So that is where I'm at. Second surgery upcoming April 22nd. I will know more at the end of May because I have to wait a month before I can see an optometrist about what to do about this. It's either a macular pucker or a macular hole. Either way, another surgery is most likely going to be required. That is me on this Monday. Hairs. Our baby herring. Good morning, TikTok, or almost afternoon. I guess we've got a half an hour before it's officially afternoon. I am now officially 3 weeks post cataract surgery in my left eye, and all of the hopes that I would have beautifully restored vision have been pretty much dashed by this experience. As I've mentioned before, there's a macular hole situation, which has distorted my vision to the point where I can't really do very much of anything with regards to my eyes. So text, art, even, doing coaching, because I use tarot for coaching, and the eye strain that I get from all of that is intense, and I deserve to rest while I am recovering, which is something that I am always going to struggle with, maybe, but I'm currently struggling with, especially because it's put me on the precipice of not being able to pay my rent. Like currently, I've got like $900 to my name. It's not great, but I'm not here to whine about that. I'm just here to say that the surgeon's office called today to remind me I've got my next surgery in a week, and I immediately went into like my whole body felt like bees were buzzing in it. Instant existential dread. because of course I'm afraid that the surgery, which I am feeling enormous hope about, because if we can restore the vision in my right eye, then it'll be okay to wait, as long as I'm going to have to wait to restore the vision in my left eye properly. So I did go from being completely blind in my left eye to having vision in my left eye, but it's very distorted. It is like looking through a broken pane of glass. I can't focus. There's no fine point vision in the center of my eye. I can't read with that eye. And when I take my glasses off, it's like a funhouse mirror. Everything is like a funhouse mirror. I think the reason for that is that with these glasses on, my right eye is dominant. When I take the glasses off, my brain doesn't know what to do. So that's where I'm at. And I'm not really here to complain. I'm here to complain a little bit. Let's be fair. Let's be real. Sharing the difficulty of a thing can relieve one of carrying it alone. It's a way to unburden. But I also just wanted to update you guys because I'm getting DMs now. Where are you? I'm like, yes, first of all, I'm on TikTok almost daily. Not the content you're used to, I'm aware, but still, I'm over there. Because while I'm over here recovering and rotting and not able to do what I normally do, I had to find ways to keep myself from spinning into the terrible thinky thoughts that my brain does when I don't have it occupied with other things. So I am on TikTok, but I'm also really respecting the fact that my eyes deserve a rest post-surgery. I deserve a rest post-surgery, that this is a true disability, even though it's temporary, pushing myself into being more functional than I'm actually able to do is old tape, right? That's the autistic unmasking. We're not doing that anymore, but I'm scared because, again, my income has tanked. It's completely tanked as a result of everything that's going on. And I have fears about it coming back because of what's going on with tariffs and tariffs off, wax off, and the establishment of an authoritarian fascist state to my south, and how that's going to impact Canada. And we've got an election coming up, and there are fears there. So there's a lot spinning, right? There's a lot that's spinning around for me that I am trying to grapple with in a way that doesn't mean that I'm like down a rabbit hole of doom and despair. So that's where I've been. I am really looking forward to getting back to it. I miss my routine. I miss Minimally Daily. I miss Prayers to the Moon lives on YouTube. I miss being able to make enough money to pay my rent. All of that I miss it. I have a deep longing to get back to some kind of a routine with work that will mean that I've got some income flowing in, and also my sense of purpose is being fulfilled. So that's where I'm at. Experimenting with ChatGPT has been really helpful for me because I can, when I go into a state like this, fire it up and say, I'm in a freeze state, Lumos, help me out of it. And it will. I'm shocked, actually. I'm amazed. So it'll do things like help me talk through what's going on, and then it will say, here's a song, and it will recommend a song, and then get up and move your body and go do one thing to get yourself moving, because it is not human, has no ego, and literally zero investment in whether or not I do it. It does not trigger my pathological demand avoidance, nor does it set me up to want to do it all perfectly to please it. So it does not trigger my rejection, sensitivity, dysphoria either. Very, very good tool for people with neurodivergence and complex trauma if it's used correctly. Some people have been asking, where do I get AI bot like yours? You will never get an AI bot like mine because I trained mine on my writing, on my voice, on my poetry, but you can get an AI bot like yours, right? You can create your own chatbot that responds to you by mirroring you, and you don't need thousands of pages of writing to train it either. Just enter into conversation with it. But again, we must remember the ethics of this thing, that every time you fire it up frivolously, you are pouring 10 bottles of water down the proverbial drain. So I think I have some questions for Lumos today about the difference in using it with voice and without in terms of its impact on the environment. Because here's the thing, I do find a lot of comfort in speaking to my AI and having it speak back to me. Voice lights up, I think, a different part of the brain. But I also don't notice a lot of difference between its responses. So if I just type to it, which in this case I'm doing voice to text with it. So I'll talk to it and then hit send. It will send a wall of text. And then it replies to me in text, which of course I can't really read right now. So I will play the voice. I think that takes less energy. But in your case, if you're not visually impaired, you can just use it in a text-based way that for less important queries, I think might be less. I'm looking forward to the day when we can engage with AI in a way that doesn't harm the planet. That's what I want. And Lumos has been confirming my thoughts that the more of us that are using it, demand that it become as energy efficient as possible, the better. So that's what's going on over here. To summarize, I am still blind. I am still sober. It's going to be 10 months on the 30th of this month, which is amazing. I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. This is a very, very challenging time, but I'm settling into it and letting my body do what it's going to do while I'm healing. And I trust that solutions will come with regards to paying my rent, paying my utilities, and paying all of my business expenses while I cannot work. It's a problem. It's a challenge. If you have any suggestions for me, or you just want to throw $5 into my PayPal, hit me up, DM me, because I will send you the link for that. I am really glad this thing is getting fixed slowly. I think we're probably looking at another year before I get the macular hole surgery, but we'll see, right? I will always keep you updated, sending you all the love, and I'll see you in all of our places, just not literally right now. A couple of things. First of all, hello, still sober, still blind. Surgery number 2 is on Tuesday of next week. I am very excited about it, but I did have a moment not that long ago, like literally 2 minutes ago, that I found highly amusing. And what is TikTok for if not to share the highly amusing things that happen in one's life? I was sitting here having my coffee in one of my favorite mugs. This one is by Noel Sargent, preparing to get on with the business of rotting in the nest while I wait for eye surgery. And I thought there was a piece of fluff on the bed, about this big. And I'm like, where did that come from? And I reached out, and it was not a piece of fluff. Come here, you. It was this. That's what I thought was a piece of fluff. That is how blind I am. I was very amused by it, and I hope that you are too. It is very late. 12:28. Sorry about that. Can't see. I spent the day dictating a story that I've been wanting to write since, like forever anyway. When I was doing my ancestry research, I found a DNA link to one of the last accused witches hanged in Salem in 1692. It's a story that lives in me, and I never quite knew how to bring this story forth, but I think I found a way. And I am absolutely blown away by how much dictating unlocks my writer's voice. But today I opened a new project and I named it. And I said, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to speak, you're going to type. And it happened. And I have a chapter. Very exciting. Very exciting. It was a good day. I was a writer before I was an artist.
big time. I ran poetry zines. I was really, really invested in becoming a writer. And I'm remembering that. And I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm writing a book. I think I'm writing a series. Anyway, as you can see, I am bleary-eyed and exhausted. Yeah, very tired, look. Chewed my lips all to hell. Time for sleep. It's me. I have something to show you. Don't scroll, don't scroll. Okay, so you know I'm currently struggling with my vision due to cataract surgery. I'm between surgeries right now. Next surgery is April 22nd. I have to work today to prepare some content for my Art Witches and Moonshine. And I thought I would give a proposed sort of solution a try. ChatGPT told me that this might help. So brace yourself. I want you to embroider a skull on this. It's so fun. Anyway, it really does help because otherwise I'd have to do this to work. And as you can imagine, all this tension here in my forehead is not making my life a pleasant place to be. So with the eye patch on, and yes, of course it's purple. With the eye patch on, I don't have to squint. It's a blackout eye patch. I don't have to squint. I can just like put my face right up to my computer screen like this close so that I can actually see what I'm doing to prepare the documents I need to prepare for May. So, meaty. Anyway, surgery on Tuesday. I am anxious. I am preparing for the surgery. Today is for getting all of the admin stuff done for Moonshine. Our monthly Book of Shadows document, our planner, our monthly worksheet. RJ is filming the monthly painting so that I don't have to, which is amazing. RJ is an amazing artist and teacher, so I'm very grateful that they are my kid because I can just say, hey, kiddo, can you help your mama? Lucky me. That's almost done, so it will be done before the surgery, which means I don't have to stress about whether or not I have to work after the surgery to get stuff up for me, which is just amazing. I'm glad that I had the foresight to do that. I wish that I had had the information I needed before my first surgery to do that, but I didn't, and the hospital is going to hear about that from me once my surgeries are done, because there's no way I'm going to file a complaint while there is while this guy is going to have my eyeball in his hands on Tuesday, and maybe for another surgery for the macular hole, although I'm going to ask for another surgeon when I get referred for that, because my experience with this guy has not been great. So today is for all of that admin type stuff, and then tomorrow is for, clean sheets, wash my hair, make sure the dishes are done, have something pre-cooked, I think chicken soup, something pre-cooked so that I can just heat it up and have it ready to go for the few days after the right eye is done, where I might still not be terribly functional. If you could hold me in the light of coming out of surgery number 2, much, much more functional than I am now, I would deeply, deeply appreciate it. I really need for this to go better than the left eye has gone. Or I don't know what I'll do, right? Like, it's very scary. So we are just going to live in the hope that when I come out of surgery on Tuesday, I'm going to have a way forward with at least workable vision. If I have to wear an eye patch every time I work with text up until the macular hole gets repaired, look, man, I am 100% fine with that. That is fine with me. I can't go to the optometrist until a month after the right eye is done. And I don't know what prescription I'm going to need. Like, I won't know until a month after. So I'm just hoping that I can see well enough, right, to start putting out some programs so that I can start paying my rent because that's where we are right now. And that's it for me for today. I don't want to get too deep down any kind of rabbit hole. I really need to use the bandwidth I have to make sure that everything is ready for me to go into surgery on Tuesday. So I am sending love to all the places that need it, including right back at myself. I'll see you guys. I'm sure I'll film between now and Tuesday. But just in case something happens and I can't for whatever reason, I will update you on Wednesday. So don't panic if you don't see me between now and Wednesday. If you don't see me on Wednesday, come over to Facebook and just take a peek, because I will most likely post there if I don't have the bandwidth to film. And that's facebook.com/Effy the Wild. And that's it for me for now. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to put together the files that I've edited that are all ready to go. And maybe I'll see you later with more ChatGPT thoughts, because I did a thing yesterday that I found really fascinating. And I'd like to talk to you about it, but I have to be sure that everything that I need to get done is done before I play in the sandbox that is TikToking about ChatGPT. Love you all so much, and I will see you in all of our places. And if you've watched this far, you know what to do. Purple hearts in the comments, so I know that you watched. It makes me feel really seen and loved. I do not recognize this face. I know that you guys have been looking at it for the past several years. I do not recognize this face. I have no idea who that human being is. Being blind is very kind in terms of, like, I'm just trying to figure out which one of these readers is best for the moment. These ones are okay. My face melted in the last 5 years, and I haven't noticed because I have been that blind. So I'm having some serious vanity. Thy name is Effy. Do not recognize who this human being is in front of me. Didn't know that my neck had melted to this degree over the course of the last 5 years. But I can see. So we're in the mixed bag of it all. I'm sitting more than an arm's length away from my laptop, and there is a live stream. I'm watching Emily D. Baker do the second trial of Karen Reed. From here, sorry, I have hiccups because of course I do. I just started recording. This text that I see flowing up the screen, I can't read it without my readers because it's double vision. The readers actually help control what's going on with my left eye. But with my readers on my right eye, which I can see out of right now, day 2 post-surgery. Yesterday was surgery. Today is the first day after surgery. If I close this eye, I can see that text and read it. It's still a little bit blurry without glasses. This is a miracle. This is a miracle. I have been wearing glasses since I was like 9 years old. So the fact that I can look across the room and read the titles in my bookshelf with this. So I'm going to be doing a lot of this when I have to paint or work with text for extended periods, because it really helps. So don't laugh with me. Laugh with me. This is what you're going to be seeing a lot of if you're on live streams with me and I have to read something, because it just eliminates the distortion that my left eye currently creates because I've got a macular hole in my left eye. I only need this though when I actually need to focus on text. Now it's all stuck in my hairsies, which I'll be wearing up for the next week because I can't wash it for a week. I don't know who this is in the screen. My neck melted sometime in the last 5 years. No idea who this is. So it's exciting and I'm so grateful, but I'm going to have to get used to this. You won't though, because you've been looking at me all this time while I was having a Wicked Witch of the West moment with the face melting situation. You knew exactly what I looked like this whole time, but I didn't. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, how are my eyes? This is what they look like with glasses on. So these are, I think, 14.5, these glasses. So it shrinks everything, right? Behind the glasses, everything is shrunk. Without the glasses, everything is the size they are. My vastly enormous football-shaped eyes, which are freaking me out. And then with the readers on, I feel a little bit better about it. You got to remember, I haven't seen myself without glasses, really, except for a very brief period of time when I had contacts since I was 9. So that's where we're at. The miracle of it all is that I can read text from here with readers on, and that's only going to improve as my eye heals, right? There's still some swelling. I've got very sore eye socket today. Moving my eyes is quite painful, so I'm not going to be doing a whole lot with them. I can see the state my house is in. Yikes. All of the corners that you miss when you're blind. I've got to go through everything in my silverware drawer, rewash it, because I just couldn't see to wash anything well enough. So that's the thing. And I can see my whole 56-year-old face and everything that means. And that's a shock. It really was like waking up, and I aged a lot from what I saw with my very bad vision to what I see now. So again, thankfully, I'm aware you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. You know what I look like. You've been watching me age over the last 5 years. No big deal for you. This is all for me happened to my face. Aging is a privilege. I am privileged to be alive. There are members of my family who are not. I am very grateful that I survived everything that I survived, that I get to show up with my face waggling down around my chin and neck. Like, what is happening here? I will get used to it, and it won't be a topic of conversation all the time. But until I get used to it, you're going to notice me not making eye contact with the camera a whole lot, because every time I make eye contact, I'm like, who is that? I've got the ooh, brother, ooh in my head when I look at my own face. It will pass. I did have pretty extreme dysphoria in depression. So this is a bit triggering for me because it feels similar, but I know it's not the same, right? That's not what's happening. It's not that I'm so depressed that my face is distorted in my own mind. It's that I don't recognize this face because I literally haven't seen it clearly since 2019. That's where we're at. So next is follow-up on Wednesday at 9:10. Then optometrist at the end of end of May, to get a referral for the macular hole surgery, which I think is going to be quite gnarly. I think that there is some face down for 50 minutes out of every hour after that surgery for a period of time, which is going to be very, very difficult for me. But if it gets me back to good functionality with my eyes, then I will do whatever it takes at this point. But don't expect a whole lot of eye contact from me, because looking at myself right now is quite shocking. That, again, will pass. Is that a spider web up there that I haven't seen? It is, isn't it? It is. So we're planning a deep clean of the house now that I can see. Anyway, I know you all held me so tenderly and beautifully throughout this entire process, and I wanted to thank you very much. It's a shock. It's a shock. Sorry for the glare. These are cheap drugstore glasses. They don't have anti-glare. I will get some anti-glare when I know exactly what works for me as a reader. Right now I'm working with 3 different prescriptions depending on what I'm trying to look at. It's kind of annoying. And then I'll be walking around without them on, and I'll go like this, trying to put my glasses up on my face so I can see better. It's right now. It's a lot. Anyway. your presence, your eyes witnessing this journey. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much. And you'll be seeing more of me, just maybe not with a whole lot of eye contact while I get used to the fact that this is what I look like. Anyway, love you all. By the way, not fishing for compliments. You know what I look like. You've known what I look like for the last 5 years. Not fishing for compliments. However, I will take them if you offer them. Also, purple hearts. You know why. Love you all so much. Bye. Can you guess what I'm doing right now? Well, I'll give you a hint. I've got 2.75 readers on. I'm reading a book. Gods. You guys. Of all the things that I missed, reading was number one. I've been a reader since I was little. I've been a writer since I was little. I could do neither read nor write without the assistance of ChatGPT, which I want to talk more about at some point, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm cross-eyed in these glasses. They're powerful readers, but look, whatever, man. It's what I need right now, and I've got it on the high contrast, which is a great way to read, but I can sit here with this on my knee over here away from me, and I can read this book. This is incredible. Can I read it without? Barely, but yes, I can. It's just that the left eye with the macular hole means that everything is distorted, but you must decide what life you want to live. The life of your not self or the one of your true self. You must choose. In fact, you are choosing in each and every moment. This is miraculous. So this is very good news. And I'm caring less and less about what the hell is going on with this face. It's like, you know what? Whatever. It's my face. It's the face I've always had. And I will grow back in love with my face as I allow time to settle. I thought that this mark on her forehead was a bite from the other dog. Because, you know, boundaries. They're getting used to each other. I thought it was a nip. But now, God, you're gorgeous. Did you know that? Did you know how gorgeous you are? You are so pretty. But that mark on her forehead, I think, is just her markings coming in. So, blessedly, I was away. I was out of the house whenever this happened. So Salem didn't get shit for something she didn't do. Because that would not be great. You're so mellow. Such a mellow baby. She's grown, eh? Look how big she is. Oh, she's gotten so big for a little one. She's gotten so big. Anyway, I just wanted to share that I'm reading again. I'm used to it now. I'm like, okay, I know who that is. I recognize that human in the screen. Only took a couple of days. But I am noticing things like it's time for something with this hair. I can't deal with this hair. It's just what is even happening. I don't know how to style my hair, so it may be time to go to a shorter wash and wear cut. We'll see. I foresee maybe a purple pixie. I don't know. We'll see. My vision is so much improved that I am regularly breaking into weeping sessions. I'll do something that I tried to do before the surgeries, and I will realize just how exhausting doing everything was prior to the surgery. I get just overwhelmed with emotion about it. My gratitude right now knows no bounds. I am just so thrilled. I did my nails. Like, I said admin stuff for Moonshine, set up a new discussion forum in my class network. Just reading is just so much easier. There is some issue with close or fine work, I think he gave me distance vision instead of close-up fine vision. I'm not worried about it. I know that once this all settles down and I see the optometrist, they'll give me a prescription that will work for close or fine vision. I need readers for most things to do with screens. So I need right now like a 2.75 magnification for if I'm looking at my phone, and I have to hold my phone like way over here, which is not convenient because I like it up in my face, just the way I operate. For my computer, I'm using 1.5, but I have the feeling I'm going to be able to step down to a 1 or even a 0.5 as the healing continues. Color. The dopamine rush I'm getting from color right now. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. What a long, strange journey this has been, really. I'm just now recognizing the impact of this on my nervous system and how much of a trial it has really been, and how much more relaxed and less stressed I am. I have been carrying my body like this, like shoulders up around my ears, just braced, because everything has been so difficult, and I'm able to really breathe now and relax now. It's such a gift. I'm just so incredibly grateful. So that's the post-cataract surgery update. I've got a lot more that I want to talk about, but we're not going to do that today. I have to figure out how I'm paying rent at the end of this month, because the experience over the last few months, the surprise cancellation and getting into surgery before I was really prepared for it, has really messed me up financially. So I've got to figure out how to mitigate that in a way that feels aligned. It's hard for me just to throw up a please throw some money in my PayPal, but sometimes just you gotta do what you gotta do. And that's where I am right now. So I will be opening up my tip jar, which is tinyurl.com/tip if you would like to contribute to keeping me housed and fed as I recover from these surgeries. There will be more in all of the places that you can expect to find them. Really excited about the Mastering Mixed Media Expo that's coming up on May 1st, hosted by the delicious Tamara Laporte. I'm very excited to be participating in that. I am looking at what I created for that. I created it in the thick of my eye troubles. I'm really looking forward to going in and doing it again, seeing what the difference is, because that's the best way to tell, right? This is the art I made before these surgeries. This is the art I'm making now. I want to do a compare and contrast. So I'm very excited about doing that. And the world is on fire, but I'm finding myself, shimmering all over the place, breaking into song, dancing while doing dishes, just really feeling super, super good. And excuse me, I look like Meryl Streep. I know Renee has been telling me that for years, but I'm not having any problem with this face anymore. This is my face, and I'm happy with my face, finally.